This is the Moss Bay Medical Center, a massive hospital in the downtown of Boston, boasting an entire gunner complement of troops, both outside and inside. It is a fortress. It has over half a dozen entrances, one of which is being the main door here. But we're actually going to go through the emergency department. We'll be able to get ourselves a power armor suit inside. And the reason we're going into the emergency department, not only can you pick up a lot of nice equipment and see that the gunners aren't that good at giving first aid, we can go through this door here, and it will make what is traversing normally a bit of a maze at times, put it that way. To Nuka-Cola Quantum, it seems we're off to a very good start. So you can see the emergency department is obviously very empty, and there's a little turret to alert the gunners if anyone tries to sneak in through that door, but you can see that they have patrols out the back anyway. Going left takes you into the primary part of the hospital, and into here is the emergency department. It is a dead end, but you can release a first aid protectron to run about and give you a bit of help. There are many microscopes throughout, so be sure to pick all them up, as they are a fantastic junk item for you. All the terminals are busted. What we can tell is the army were in full control of this wing. Now there are two doors to unlock. This one will take you into another room with more microscopes and medical equipment lying around. This one tells a really interesting story, and it's an expert lock. It seems somebody caused a bit of a fire in here, or at least gathered a few people to burn their bodies. Perhaps they were turned into ghouls and the army didn't know what to do with them. It's a possibility, but with the flamer inside, it's hard to tell. Also, the gunners may have even used it. That's not entirely out of the question. Right, so that's the emergency department side of the hospital done. Now into the main part. Now I'm going to jump down here, because this is where you would have entered if you'd went through the main entrance. Swinging around to the terminal, none of them tell stories, but they do unlock protectrons, which can be a bit of a bullet sponge for you in your travels. Now using the staircase, we can go up to the next level, but instead we'll have a little exploration around here. You can find bits and bobs just hiding around the corners. Guy with a plunger in his head. Before moving on and getting a fully restored desk fan. Bit of an odd find. Perhaps they got it from one of the vaults. Although I wouldn't imagine why a gunner would ever want such a thing, but you never know. Now, moving in here, there is a porta-diner. And for the video, will we get lucky? No, unfortunately not. The gunners use this place as the primary kitchen, cooking up some food. And there is yet another possible entrance into the facility. As I said, many entrances, and it seems like a maze. When you get down to it, it's not that bad. The elevator, both of them cannot be used, unfortunately. There are elevators later on in the building, but not right now. Okay, so we're back onto the level where we seen the emergency department. We can't use the rest of the stairs, but we can find a theatre district entrance again, adding to it all. There's a machine gun turret normally propped up here. It's strange this one's destroyed. And we'll want to enter this door. This is a kind of makeshift prison. One has a Minuteman on the floor here, and the other has a soldier. It's presumed these were made after the bombs fell. And there's an office terminal inside this little reception area. All it does is unlock the safe beside it. Now, moving in, this would have been just a general ward. You can find several medical boxes, a chemistry station for use, as well as a few coolers with more medical equipment. The gunners occupy this floor with an assaultron, so it'll be a bit more of a fight. And this is the baby skeleton Easter egg that you can find. Just a shrunken skeleton. It is creepy. Alright. Now, wandering around checking the rest of this place out. Find a few more bits and bobs in terms of junk. The nitrogen dispensers only weigh 1 stale, so I recommend you kind of avoid them. They're not the most useful junk item. And now, to get to the next floor, more medical equipment, we can continue up the stairs after the previous level being blocked. And up here, you could drop down or jump over to the other elevator. Doesn't really give you much of an advantage as you've already seen both of them. Moss Bay Medical Centre had plenty of entrances. This one from the train station, which we'll have a wee look at later. Let's take the elevator up to the next level. As the location has a connection to the West Everett Estates, which I'll explain later on. Yeah, you can see a few patients were sitting here. He was patiently waiting. And this would have been a main concourse area of the hospital. Now, all that remains is the vertibird that crashed into it. Now, it does appear that this was a pre-war vertibird. However, Gunner insignia on it tells a different story. Perhaps they were the ones that crashed into it. A Gunner commander occupies this area and has a T-45 power armor suit. Now, if you're quick enough, you can kill them before they get inside it, which will obviously save you a bit of hassle. There's even a military-grade circuit board as they're doing some high-level repairs. There's nowhere to go at any point here other than up. So when you make your way round, you'll find another gunner at the top. Making your way to the other side, another prison. This one containing a Brotherhood Squire. Previously, I had thought this was a Brotherhood vertibird, although upon closer inspection, it is far more likely it was pre-war. The insignia just throws people off. Right, we could go to the next floor, but this one has this massive machine with some high-powered magnets. You'll need them for Liberty Reprime, so be sure to pick them up. They're quite useful and rare. Then you'll find Bonnie's holotape. Now, I'll talk a wee bit more about her after this.
I'm leaving this message with Marcy in case you come looking for me. Though I pray you don't. The military took over the hospital, and everything's gone to hell in the city. Things here, it's bad, Wayne. People are dying every day, and most of the time all we can do is watch and try to make them comfortable. One of the other nurses told me she heard a radio signal that sounded like you and the boys. I don't know if it's true, if you're still out there, but we've got a way out, and I'm going to try to find you.
So, obviously, when the bombs fell, this hospital was still in active use. The military took it over, but as things deteriorated and they couldn't hold it, it all fell apart. Now, she is talking about Wayne and her boys, which you can find their story over at the West Everett Estates, and you can see how they survived the following days after the bombs fell. Now, we have made it up to the roof, which appears to have been under construction. Perhaps this building was getting extended due to the growing needs, or it was a project that was cancelled and maybe only half the hospital was finished. Either way, there isn't too much apart from that table full of goodies, and if you're up here for the Mila project, it took me a couple of minutes to find it, so I'll save you a load of time by showing you the plank is right here. Now, there is a little elevator that we can take down the way. And you can see the ticker tape lounge, a little hidden location over there. And it can just continue to carry down onto it. It's one of the few ways to actually get to this unmarked location. Although you can get to it from the highway. Going through the ticker tape lounge and through there will take you back out to the highway. But where I want to show you is a little further off. I'm going to miss that. I get a real falling sensation. Now, as I said, we did enter via the emergency department over to the left there. That was another entrance. And I'll show you that if we get up onto the roof of Hester's here, we have an additional way to get up to it. Now, in order to get to the entrance, we have to actually go through Hester's, which is no problem at all. There's just a few robots about. Sentry Bot, Saltron, a few Protectrons, no biggie. It is rather amazing that such a large hulking building is little more than a gunner fort. There's no major quest line other than maybe getting the high-powered magnets for Liberty Prime that send you here. Maybe you're told to clear it. I suppose it could have a few quests such as that. Now, this is the Slocum's Joe, right above another entrance into the Moss Bay Medical, accessed via the train line there. And up here it's just another gunner strong point where they're having a little look over people that come and go in through here. And if we want the final entrance, we'll jump down to this unmarked parking lot and boom, that takes you in through the blue door that we seen earlier on. This place is rife with with random encounters, so you never quite know what you're going to find. Now, as for the location, Mass Bay Medical Centre is in the deep, dark part of downtown, near the Medical Metro, DB Technical, and the Combat Zone. Thank you for watching.